Americans fought for Falluja not once, but twice.
That rocket, whistle coming, and the explosion was just massive.
Wait!
House to house, street by street.
The combat came down to 5 yards in a flak jacket. It was seeing the whites of their eyes.
I think mortars or rockets or something hit an ammo dump there, so it exploded big time.
Some of the hardest, bloodiest warfare since Vietnam.
When it came to Falluja, that was stand-up fighting.
Nate Watkins and Mike Dasher were in the same artillery unit.
This is a pretty cool photo here.
For days, they loaded and fired 100-pound shells into the city.
It just felt like an eternity.
Yeah, it was constant shooting.
Adam Mathis was a 23-year-old second lieutenant leading his platoon into the heart of the fight.
I went to Iraq with 41 Marines and came home with 22.
All of which explains why what happens in Iraq today matters a great deal to them. Adam calls Falluja a kind of hometown.
We gave a lot, spilled blood, lost friends, invested a lot of our young adulthood to that city.
I do care, and I hope it's a bump in the road.
Mike and Nate are pragmatic, saying they didn't leave Iraq thinking everything would be
hunky-dory. Yeah.
I mean, to my opinion, the government there is going to be tested for a long time, and this is part of that.
But Nate admits sometimes he has doubts.
Unfortunately, my inclination is now that it doesn't feel so much like it's worth it. But I hesitate to say that because knowing the sacrifice that it takes and what's been spent.
Adam has no doubts, saying the Marines fought gallantly
and courageously for other people to enjoy the possibility of self-determination, and that's never a waste of time.
Which is why Adam says he and other Marines will be watching closely what happens next.
Part of me is actually very excited to see how the people of Falluja and Ramadi and Al Anbar, the people we lived with and grew close to even as we were fighting, to see how they actually stand up and determine for themselves how the future will be written.
Martin Savage, CNN, Atlanta.